Hi, I'm Paul Carroll and I'm here with Dwiz, a local DJ and producer. And we're here to take a shot for his forthcoming album cover. It's going to be a pretty cool shot, so we thought we'd bring a video camera down, get it all on film and show you how it's done. The concept is to feature Dwiz in the shot, but in a sort of dark and mysterious way. So we're using this warehouse as a backdrop. And we're going to wait for it to get a bit darker and light him with some harsh flash. We're also going to get a record deck set up, make it look like he's scratching the record to death, and have sparks flying all out of the record. We're going to do that in Photoshop a little bit later on. First thing though is to get the shot set up. So we're going to set up our equipment and then we'll talk you through exactly what we're going to do and how it's done. We've got a Nikon D300 set up here and we set it up on a tripod. That's just for convenience really, so I'm not having to hand hold it all the time. We've also got a radio trigger on top of the camera. Now that's going to be automatically firing our flash on the right hand side here. Now as it's turned out, I'm working so close that I could have just used a cord, but I didn't know that at the time. New location to me. So just for convenience I brought down the radio triggers. We've got the SB800, that's the Nikon SB800 flash gun. I'm not using any diffusion on top because I want that really harsh lighting effect. And we've got the radio trigger receiver attached to the bottom, and that's going to receive the signal from the camera and fire the flash automatically. For this to work, there's no need to set any specific function on the flash gun itself. I am however going to set it to manual mode, so I have more control over my exposure than I would with TTL. Right, let's set up the flashes on the background. Okay, so I've got two flash guns here set up on lighting stands, which are going to light the background. Now here's the real advantage of using wireless flash. Instead of using portable studio flash heads, which would have cost me a lot of money, these cheaper flash guns will still do the trick. And because they're set up wirelessly, I don't need mains power either, which is obviously would have been a problem in this location. Now these are actually Centon flash guns that I used to use in my old Canon film kit. So they're not going to work with the Nikon TTL system, but as long as I use them manually, they'll work fine. These Centon flash guns in the background will fire as soon as their optical sensor detects a burst of flash from the Nikon SB800. For this to work though, I need to set them in wireless mode, which is indicated by this flash and radio wave signal in the top right hand corner. In this mode I've got full control over the flash output too, and I'm going to leave it set at full 1:1 power. Okay, so to make sure that these flashes in the background fire, we need to make sure that the optical sensor is facing the SB800. So I'm just going to turn that flash around, then I'm going to do this flash, over to the radio trigger on the camera, hit the test button and just make sure everything's working. Okay, so before we get ready to take the shot, we just need to get our camera settings set up. First thing, I'll check the ISO. I'm on ISO 200, that's going to give me great image quality. I'm also going to make sure that I'm shooting in the RAW file format, and I can adjust the exposure later on if I need to. I'm also going to be shooting in manual mode, so I'm just going to change my exposure over to manual. And I'm shooting at 250th of a second, and that's the flash sync speed, that's the fastest shutter speed that my flash guns will sync with. And just as a guess, I'm going to shoot at f11 to start off with. Okay, that's the camera setup. Let's get ready to take the shot. Okay, so the light levels are really starting to drop now, so we need to get a move on and get the shot. It's getting really atmospheric, which is going to work for this moody image that we're after. Next thing I need to do is just focus up. I'm going to do that manually because the light is so low, my autofocus is probably going to hunt a little bit. So, just focusing manually on the needle of the record deck, because that's where the sparks are going to be flying out on the final image. It's going to really draw the viewer into the shot, so that needs to be in sharp focus. Okay, we're ready to take the shot now, so yeah, that's it. I just need you to go a little bit lower down for me, that's it, and come a little bit forward, over the deck. That's perfect. Ready? Okay, so as you can see, that shot was much too dark. So So what I'm going to do is I'm really going to open up the lens aperture, let more light into the camera. So I was at f11, I think I'm going to go down to, I'm going to go 2 stops to f5.6. Okay, also what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-angle this light. I'm going to point that down so it's firing a bit more into Dwizzy's face. Okay, let's take the shot again then. Right, get into position, Dwizzy, yeah, a bit lower down, that's it. Just come forward a little bit for me again. That's perfect, hold it. Excellent, that's the basic shot nailed. Good job as well, because we're losing the natural light and it's just about pitch dark here. We've got loads of post-processing work to do though, so let's nip into Photoshop and show you how we're going to add those sparks and really make the image come to life.